Hello students, welcome to St. Joseph's Academy's online class. I am your English teacher. In today's class, I am going to teach you another new exciting chapter of your English Mulberry book. The title of the chapter is My Special Sister Part 1. Before starting the chapter, let me tell you something about the author. The author of this chapter is Jane Whitehouse Peterson. She was born on 8 May 1939 in Washington, United States. She is a writer and poet who has written many books for children, including I Have a Sister and My Sister is Deaf. She writes stories and poems for young people that reflect a deep interest in family, community, language, and culture. Her previous picture books include My Mama Sings, Sometimes I Dream Horses, and the Reading Rainbow book I Have a Sister, My Sister is Deaf, which has been in print for more than 25 years. She wrote these books to share with others the love she has for her sister. She lives with her husband, David Kammer, in New Mexico. Students, as we all know, deaf people are not able to hear and so they have problem in talking too. And to convey their messages, they have to be taught sign languages. Here, I have an image of sign language. You will definitely like to read it. Just see the difficulty level of such people, how they have to move their fingers and hands and do different types of gestures to express themselves. This chapter is about a young girl who has a sister that is deaf and how she deals with that fact. The various struggles are also depicted in the story through a series of pictures. The story focuses on the outward struggles of the sister and how the young girl relates to her sister. A young deaf child who loves to run and jump and play is affectionately described by her older sister in this story. She feels the cat purring but can't hear the telephone ring or the door bang. Still, she can say more with her face and shoulders than most people can with words. It can give young children an understanding of the fact that deaf children share all the interests of children with normal hearing. So, dear students, this chapter is about a young girl who cannot hear and faces various struggles which are very affectionately described by the narrator, who is her older sister. She can feel the cat purring but can't hear the sounds of telephone ring or door bell. But still, she can express much with her face and shoulders. Most of us can hear and speak, but there are some people who can neither hear or speak. These people talk through actions. They understand what the other person is saying by studying their lip movements. All of us cannot do everything. Some of us sing well, others write good poetry, some can climb trees quickly, while others can run fast. Some can draw well, others can sing in tune. we are all special in our own ways. Hence, in schools, we can learn from each other. Like all children, children who cannot speak and hear also go to school to read and write. In schools, sign language is taught to them. Let us read about a child who cannot hear yet who can do many things. Do you know of someone who uses sign language? Let us read about a girl who uses sign language to communicate yet is just like other girls. So let us read a story about a young girl who uses sign language to communicate. My name is Jane. I have a sister. My sister cannot hear the way I can. She can play the piano. She likes to feel the sound of the music, but she will never be able to sing. She cannot hear the tune. Jane is the narrator of the story. The narrator tells us about her hearing impaired sister and tells us what is special about her sister. She says that her sister can play the piano and feel the deep rumbling chords. However, she will never be able to sing or hear the tune. My sister can dance with a partner or march in a line. She likes to leap, to tumble, to roll, and to climb to the top of the monkey bars. She watches me as we climb. I watch her too. She cannot hear me shout, "Look out!" but she can see me swinging her way. She laughs and swings backward, trying to catch my legs. The narrator here tells us that her sister can dance with a partner and march in a line. She likes to leap and tumble, means jump and roll around, and climb to the top of the monkey bars. Monkey bars is a frame of bar climbing and swinging, as you can see in the picture. She watches the narrator as she climbs up on the monkey bars with adoration. The narrator swings and asks her sister to look out, but her sister cannot hear her warning, so she surges forward and tries to catch her legs. I have a sister who likes to go with me to the grassy lot behind our house. Today we are tracking deer. I turn to speak to her. I use no voice, just my fingers and my lips. She understands and walks behind me, stepping where I step. I am the one who listens for small sounds. She is the one who watches for hoof marks and quick movements in the grass. The narrator and her sister are stalking deer. Both the sisters they go behind their house to stalk or track the deer, means to catch the deer or to follow the deer. The narrator uses her fingers and her lips to communicate to her sister. The narrator wants to talk to her sister. She doesn't use any voice. She just moves her fingers and her lips. Her sister understands her gestures and her lip movement. The narrator listens for the sounds. The sister observes movements. And whenever they are walking and stalking the deer, the narrator steps forward, and her little sister, who is deaf, who cannot hear, she follows behind. The narrator is able to hear things, but her sister is quick in watching things. She is alert and she keeps watching the quick movements in the grass. This signifies the bond the sisters share. Now my sister has started going to my school, although our mother still helps her speak and lip read at home. She can say words, but they sound different. When she says ball, I hear ball. The teacher and the children do not understand every word she says. Now the sister has started going to school, although her mother continued helping her to speak and even lip read. Lip read means to understand what somebody is saying by watching the way their lips move. She speaks words, but they sound different. The narrator remembers how her sister pronounced the word ball. It sounds like bal. The teacher and the students don't understand what she says as her speech lacks clarity. The narrator's sister is of very young age, and all the students in the class liked when she said a new word. So that means they were good, too good to her. I understand my sister. My sister understands what I say too, especially if I speak slowly and move my hands a lot, but not always. Last night I asked, "Where are my pajamas?" She went into the kitchen and brought out a bunch of bananas from the fruit bowl on the table. My friends ask me about my little sister. They ask, "Does it hurt to be deaf?" "No," I say, "her ears don't hurt, but her feelings do when people don't understand." The sisters understand each other as they have grown up together and know each other inside out. The narrator says that her little deaf sister not only watches her lips and hands but also understands what she wants to convey. She claims that her sister does not always understand her, as once she mixed up bananas and pajamas. When the students at school ask the narrator if it hurts to be deaf, the narrator responds negatively by saying that her feelings do when people don't understand her. My sister will never know if the telephone is ringing or if someone is knocking at the door. But when storms come, my sister does not wake to the sudden rolling thunder or to the quick clap clap of the shutters in the wind. My little sister sleeps. I am the one who is afraid. The narrator laments that the sister will never hear the sound of the telephone ringing or someone knocking at the door. However, she says that her sister will never know the fear of sudden rolling thunder, which is when the narrator is afraid but the sister sleeps soundly. During storms, it is the narrator who feels scared and is afraid, while her sister sleeps soundly. I have a sister who watches television without turning on the sound. I have a sister who can talk with her fingers or in a hoarse, gentle voice, but sometimes she yells so loud our mother says the neighbors will complain. The narrator then says that her little sister watches television without sound. She talks by moving her hands or fingers and also yells means shouts so loudly that the mother says that the neighbors complain. I stamp my foot to get my sister's attention or wave at her across the room. I come up beside her and put my hand on her arm. She can feel the stamping, she can feel the touching, she can see my moving hand, but if I stand behind her and call out her name, she cannot hear me. My sister is special. There are not many sisters like mine. So at the end, the narrator says that her little sister can see her wave when she tries to attract her attention. She can feel if the narrator stamps her feet and can also feel her touch when the narrator puts her hand on her arm. But she is unable to hear if the narrator calls her name from behind. It is because she has a sister who is deaf. Such a beautiful chapter, and we all need to support such people with hearing, listening, speaking, or seeing impairments. We need to be a great support to such people. We need to love them. We need to include them with our company. We need to make them feel important and feel loved. After explaining the chapter, it's time for some homework now. Your homework is to read the chapter again and try to solve the exercises given in the book. So, students, with this, our today's class is over. I hope you all might have enjoyed the class and understood the chapter very well. We will meet again soon in the next part of this chapter, that is part 2, where we will be discussing few exercises related to this chapter. Till then, complete all your homework and stay safe. Thank you and have a nice day.